Welcome back to the Connect to Pleasure podcast, my loves. This is Kayla, your host. I go by she, her, hers pronouns. And this is the final episode of this launch for my one-on-one coaching container, weaving pleasure back into the fabric of your life. Oh, we've made it. We've made it to the end. So by the time this comes out, there's only 12 hours left of this open cart week where you can purchase a coaching container. So these are the final moments that you could get one of these 6 spots that I have open. So again, I want to remind you that I just gave you another discount. Instead of the paying in full people a discount, I gave anyone that needs to pay in monthly payments, I gave you a great discount. So I'm giving the core coaching package a $100 a month discount. So that is $400 altogether. And the VIP coaching package, a $200 a month discount. So that is $800 altogether off. So again, if you were somebody that was hemming and hawing on whether this was a financial purchase that you could make, hopefully I just made that decision a little bit easier. All right. So for the final moments, we're just gonna be. I'm not gonna try to sell you more on all the things. I feel like I've talked enough about everything. So I want to just bring us into our bodies. And we are going to use this moment as a little bit of a collective prayer for all of us, as well as honing in again on what you specifically want to get out of your healing journey, whether that's with me or in general. I hope it's with me, but if it's not, that's okay too. We're just really going to go in and think about what we want and what we can use our collective frequency around in this moment. Again, we are in a collective moment that is really scary for a lot of us. And even, I think all of us is either we're stuck in a place of our nervous systems are just off the charts, or others of us are scared and also still trying to live our lives as best as we can. I do think, though, that it is so cool to be together in this container that I have people consistently listening to this. So I might as well take this time for us collectively to send a prayer to the universe and really think about the things that we want in our lives, but also for the collective of all humanity and this planet. So I want you to close your eyes if you are able. Maybe come to a seat if that feels better for you than standing. And I want you to think of roots growing from your womb space all the way down into the ground, intertwining with the mycelial network, all the way down into the crystalline core of the earth. And I also want you to think, as Emily Fletcher has taught me, to think of a beam of light growing from your head all the way up into the heavens as well. So we're stretching above and below ourselves. And I want you to also tune in to the presence of the energy around you, the energy of the earth, the gravitational pull that is always holding you to her. We might not always like gravity, but it is always holding us to our Mother Earth. She is always cradling us and helping us and is under our feet at any moment that we need her. And what is the frequency that you are emitting? Is your nervous system in knots? And if so, that's okay. I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and really fill your belly up like a balloon. Don't worry about what it looks like. Nobody cares. Nobody can see you. Fill it up with air and then let it go. Start to bring awareness to any points in your body that might feel particularly constricted, and think about unwinding them in the opposite direction. If you thought of them like a spiral that was turned in really tight, start to unravel, gently unravel the spiral, and see if you can bring some ease and comfort to those spaces. Even just a little bit more comfort could be helpful. Tuning in with all your senses, bringing yourself into the present moment, and then bringing yourself inward and connecting with your heart. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or both hands on your heart. And as you inhale, breathing into your belly, but also feeling like it's expanding your heart, making your heart part of this inhale and exhale. And now I want you to think about for yourself again, what would I love? What would I love? And I want you to center on something for yourself and then also center on a vision for the world. And how do you fit within that vision of the world? How can those be intertwined? How can your thing that you want for yourself also be part of the collective prayer for everyone? And I want you to picture yourself at the end of this container and what it would look like for you to have this vision come to life. What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it smell like? What would it taste like? How would your soul recognize it? I want you to really picture, like, 3 months down the road, what do you want to see out in the world? And what do you want to see in your own life? And hopefully there's some element of pleasure in there. I would bet, even if it's not specifically sexual pleasure, I would bet that there's something pleasurable that you are wanting to experience at the end of 3 months. Again, getting a rich description and understanding of what that would be for you. And if you can't visualize it, that's okay. It can just be a feeling. You can just live into the feeling of ease and softness and space and rest and love and connection and gratitude. So I want you to get a really rich understanding of that for yourself, either through visual or through emotions or both. And once you have that heart sensed vision, I want you to take a snapshot of it. And hold it in your mind's eye and in your heart. And when you are ready, we are going to breathe it out into the universe and collectively send a prayer. So take a deep breath in and then sigh it out. And imagine your prayer being sent out through your head, through your roots, into the earth, into the heavens. And know that this collective here, this frequency that we are all sharing together is so important. That we are collectively brewing and weaving this vision together. And just sitting in this frequency is enough. It is important. This is how we change, is sitting in the frequency, is taking the moment to sit in ourselves to source within ourselves, to access the divinity within ourselves, and then bridge that or connect it to the divinity we know that we have access to within the universe. So I'm committing to journaling after this, to writing down what I would love and what my collective prayer for the earth is and humanity and our collective consciousness. And then I will be burning it. So if you want to do the same, feel free. If you just want to energetically send me the things that you want and are opening your heart to, then I will just receive that and put that in my own journaling and burn it to the universe for everyone. If you don't have any familiarity with burning, burning is a great way to change the matter of something, and it can be helpful in releasing, but it can also be helpful. I've done it also in sending something up into the universe. Smoke can be a very powerful tool of communication to the universe. And so I really like burning something that I want to release or burning something that I'm hoping to plant intentions and love with. So just remember that as we move into the last few hours of this cart, think about where you would like to be in 3 months. Who is that person that you saw standing there in 3 months? And what were the emotions that you felt? What was the vision that you saw at the end of these 3 months? And let that be your guide. Know that you would not want something if it wasn't already in your timeline. That is one of my favorite things that I've learned so far is we would not desire something if it wasn't already on our timeline. It is our future self, and our dreams are pulling us towards them as much as we want them because it is already there. It is already there. And we are just here to remember where and what we're supposed to be doing. So it's pulling you towards it because it's already there for you. It's just trying to help you navigate towards it. So if this is something that your heart, that your soul is calling you to, trust that there's a reason for that because your future self already knows that this is true and for you. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I am so grateful to anyone and everyone who has been listening, even if you're just along for the ride and not purchasing anything. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. This has been a long road. And I'm over the moon grateful to have people that were actually following along with me and that I wasn't just speaking out into the abyss as it does feel like on some platforms. So thank you for engaging with this. Again, you have a discount if you are wanting to do the 4 monthly payment plans. Again, $100 off a month for the core coaching package and $200 a month off for the VIP. So that's $400 total for the core coaching package total over the course of 4 months and $800 total for the VIP package over the course of 4 months. So those are great, great discounts. All the links are below in the show notes, as well as all the other information. I'm not going to go over everything. I feel like you guys have probably heard this spiel a million times. And if you haven't, then go back to the episode just before this one and you will hear all the things. But I just want to leave you with that. So go get your discount, and I welcome and look forward to meeting any of you that step into this portal with me. Take care, all.